Alright everybody, so we're going to go ahead here and make a little irrigation system. I'm building this for my Leyland cypresses for quite a little while. I'm going to keep them watered well. I'll be using this Rainbird 1/2-inch drip tubing. It's pretty neat stuff. I've used it for years. So I'm going to go ahead and stretch this out here. Okay, so I went ahead and got my stakes driven in the ground. To go ahead now and put my adapter on here. This is your female adapter that goes onto your male port, and you can attach this to your water timer. It just simply pushes onto your pipe. I'll be putting a link in the description of what parts you need, but and when you're putting this on, you may want to get somebody to help you, because it does take a little bit of force to get that on there proper, about 1 inch down approximately. I've got my pipe stretched. I'll go ahead and hook up this female to the male. All right, so we got everything connected. That was a tight little connection there, but with a couple of elbows for garden hose and a short garden hose little hose section, I was able to get it connected all inside, and so I'll be able to put my cover on here. So there we go. Now what I'm doing here is basically just for the use of around the house. I'm just putting this down to get it done, and it's going to work, and it always does. That's how I do it. Use what I have. And so this is a way you don't have to spend a bunch of money, but this here I'm going to show you how to just make it yourself. All of this you cannot make yourself, okay? You can, but it's not worth it. But this little things I'm going to show you here, it's definitely worth it. Okay, zip tie. They're cheap and they work. Just zip tie that pipe to there. If you're building a system like I am, this is just a temporary water system that I'm going to use to just reuse one day, and the whole is to reuse it all one day, and I'm going to add on to it. But it works, and it's cheap, and it works. Here's part of the other system that I built, and it just goes to these Leyland cypresses. That little T there, and it runs up. And then I made all these little fittings. You can't see them. I'm going to show you here in a minute. And it runs to the bottom of these Murray cypress. Some of them did not get enough water, so they are now. They're going to have enough water now each day. And I'm going to adjust that on the rain, things like that it gets. So I've got a good little row here, and I'll be able to reuse this as needed and add on to it, etc. Got a couple tools here that I'll use to cut this. Okay, we got this style and we got this style. This is the style I prefer. It's so much simpler, but either one does a great job. I just wanted to show you guys, and I'll put a link in the description for all this different little neat little products. I had to flush that out a minute ago, so it had a little water in it. But I'm going to show you something that you can actually do, is just turn this over. This is only for entertainment purposes only, but I have found this cuts my water off when I'm using it temporarily, just for a few minutes. But they sell caps to go on the end of this pipe here. I just don't have any right now, and it's only a little temporary system anyways. So anyhow, that's one way to do it. Okay, got these little, they call them umbrella bubblers. I like to use these on some of the trees I plant, but we're not going to use those. But I just wanted to show you, if you don't want to do it the way I'm doing it, because the way I'm doing it, I'm making my connections. But you can buy this, and I'll put a link in the description, and you just put it right there wherever you want the water to come out, okay? And you attach your little hose, and it's going to attach here in a second. We're going to poke a hole in here. Okay, if you don't own one of these, I recommend getting one. It's a little piercing tool to allow you to be able to pierce into this plastic. There's other ways you can do this, but I'm just going to use this. It's simple and effective. So we're going to poke our hole here for our quarter tubing. We're going to poke it about right there. Now what you want to do is you want to take your barb and push it through the hole. It helps to take a pair of pliers or something to help you get that pushed in there. Makes it a little easier. Okay, you want to take your 1/4 inch line, and I'm going to try to hold this phone and show y'all. take it and push it over your barb, just like that, and take you whatever length to reach your plant. Take about a foot. I'm gonna cut it. Cut about a foot. Okay. Now this is where your drip emitter, you can install it. Okay. You can install it right there wherever you like, and it comes with its own barb. But this, you just pull this off, and it connects here on this hose barb. You just plug that in. But we're gonna make our own. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna make my own. So all I'm gonna do is bend that over and put a zip tie around it. Okay, now we got our pipe turned over and we got it zip tied, and we're gonna take our piercing tool and pierce a hole right here, a small one, just enough to get a little mist of water coming out. Okay, hibachi anyone? These are for hibachi, these little skewers, but they come in handy for gardening. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide this in between this zip tie and this pipe. Yes, this wood will eventually rot, but for now, for what these skewers cost, it sure is going to come in handy, ain't it? So make sure your pipe is facing towards your plant, and whichever direction, uphill or downhill, that you want it to go, I'd recommend putting that water above downhill. Put it uphill. And so, looks like a pretty good place right there, actually. Okay. So I've got that down. I don't want to blow out the ground, the soil. So we're going to leave that there and turn it on here soon when I connect the other ones. Okay, so I got all those connected at the bottom there of each plant. Go turn the water on. So we got this manual override. Let's go ahead and cut that manual on. Just push the manual clear button down there. Just push it once. You can select how many minutes. We're just going to come back here in a second and cut it off. Okay, we got the water coming out of there. As you can see, it's not real powerful. That's what we want. I'm going to move it uphill just a little bit, just to kind of get some of that gravity. Some of that gravity at our benefit there. And then it's gonna trickle down into the base around the roots. And this first one here, it's doing real well too. Just barely going in there like we want. And so like I said, about 3 minutes is what I'm gonna run them right now this time of year. It's pretty dry still, so they're sucking up the water pretty fast. Okay, this third one, let's see what we got. We got a little bit of water coming out of there. Not a tremendous amount, but it's some. I'm gonna poke that hole a little bit bigger. Yes, as you see, it's not a ton coming out, so let me open that up a little bit. Okay, that's more like it. Got plenty coming out now. Okay, let's go ahead and let's clear that off. We'll push clear. You heard it cut off. And so we're set now for auto in the morning, 7 a.m. 15 hours away. It gives you a little reminder. It says 15 hours right there. And I now can add on later on. If I want to add on more trees through here, I can. I'm no garden expert or here to give advice. I'm just showing you what works for me and has for years, just for entertainment purposes. All right, that's a wrap. Just wanted to show you guys a quick and efficient way to get this done. And thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.